Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mommy and daddies, uncle, aunties, and whatever part of the family that you belong to. How are you doing? Welcome to I Say What I Like podcast. Come on! Yes. How are you doing? It's been a long week. It's been a long week. A long month filled with lot of rain. July was like, I was waiting for you people. We are going to open this month in the name of water, and I'm going to spread water. Because tell me why at the beginning of this month, it's been raining. And at some point, I don't think umbrellas are even helping out.
You actually know July kids are really special, right? So, we cut down that rain.
Please, I'm talking. I'm talking.
Okay.
I've not called you in yet.
Okay. Take it in.
Be coming down.
Take it in.
July came and it was all raining. I'm not a fan of raining season.
That is why I said we are special.
I'm not a fan of raining season, but however it is, we are so happy that finally July has come to an end. We are wrapping it up today. And so everybody that came with July and whatever they came with July, we thank you. Thank you for...
Show that shit. Look at me in the eye and say that to me.
Okay. July wouldn't have been special. It would have been more. It wouldn't have been more special because in the month of July, two things happened. Two amazing things. First of all, it was my beautiful, prettiest co-host's birthday. Eniola on the beats. She was born in the month of July. All those people that came with rain. How was it like?
July, every July for me, feels really special.
Mm-hmm.
And
we are talking about birthday festival. It'll be great.
But boy, Yoma, calm down, you.
Are you speaking about today? You came prepared.
So as I was saying, every July feels very special for me because at first, before I got married, July used to be so dry. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, whenever my birthday is approaching, I always have this anxiety that comes with it. But ever since I got married, and then I got married in the month of July, which I actually never even... Before we go into all of this conversation, can we please introduce our guests? We are not the only one in
please. My apologies. My knees are on the ground.
Your knees are actually not on that ground.
My knees are on the ground.
Your knees are not on that ground.
Hold on. They can't see it. My knees are on the ground. Apologies. We have someone so handsome. We don't know if I wouldn't know if he's single. I just...
We need to ask him that.
Yeah, we need to ask him. So I won't be the only single person on this set today. So we have a very handsome young man in the studio. He has been doing great thing in the media space. And if you are very consistent online, you have seen this face one way or the other.
Multiple times.
And he's always asking random questions with random people, and you'll be shocked at the revelation of things these people are saying, and you see him sitting all well coordinated, well put together, and it's giving. We listen, we don't judge, aura, and it's something. We have in the studio today. His name is Ikechukwu Abayomi Oji. He's a full Nigerian.
Did we get that pronunciation with Oji?
Yes, Oji.
Ikechukwu Abayomi Oji. He goes by the name Yomi for short. And he runs a channel as Yomilistens.
When was the first time you came across his?
So the first time I came across his video was when he was actually, it was with a particular guy that said it was HIV positive.
That was very recent.
Yeah.
That was very, very recent.
You asked me when
move.
Hold on first.
Yomi, please, how are you doing today? Sidelined.
Really?
We've really sidelined this guy.
Hold on. It's okay. He's your new co-host.
Yes, it's my new co-host.
He's your new co-host.
Yomi, how are you doing?
I'm leaving.
Today?
Thank you.
Where are you going to?
I'm fine. I'm good.
How are you doing, Yomi?
I'm fine.
Good
Thanks
to have
you in the studio.
Thank you for having me.
I like his aura. Like, he's giving this,
It's giving a Jembo, Nepo baby.
At all.
You say what? You say no. You're denying. You're hearing the voice. Go see.
Say that at all again.
At all.
Let me as a Japanco say at all. At all.
Can you see the difference?
You have heard the impact of the at all.
I mean, I'm a very big fan of your show. I think
so
the
much.
very first time I came across your video was the interview you had with this man that said he regretted getting married.
Oh, Mr. Biola.
Yeah, gets married at
At a certain age.
yeah, at a certain age. Yeah. That was the very first time I came across your video, and ever since then, I mean, I've been really glued to your channel because
Excellent.
it's really amazing how a lot of people have stories, and then the social media space right now, everybody's all doing content, and then it is very rare. It was very hard for you to like listen to people's real life experience. How have you been doing that? I mean, you hear different stories every time.
Yeah, I do.
What brought about Yomilistens? Hi, my name is Yomi, and I'm here to listen.
So many things. I've lived a very different life. I'm not a Butter.
Okay.
This is just an introvert. I'm not a Butter. We've seen life.
Okay.
In different phases. There were phases where we've just seen life. If we go into that, that's fine, but we've seen life. So Yomilistens as a platform came about a need to do something different. First, I've always been a behind the scenes person. I don't like the camera. I don't like showing my face. Because of how I was raised and bullying I grew up in. So I felt I wasn't good enough to be in front of the camera. So I was a behind the scenes person. I was managing talent. I was working as social media director. Just anything that has to do with behind the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was me.
I was going to ask, how was it being a digital strategist?
In this age where everyone is a digital strategist, it was good actually. My 9 to 5 days was very good.
You miss your 9 to 5 days?
In Nigeria, no. Most 9 to 5 are just, no, I don't.
I mean, there's some 9 to 5 that are worth missing.
Yeah. But the average one isn't.
So I mean, let's get into the conversation. Being a digital strategist and your side of storytelling, whereby you were, what exactly made you say, you know what? I mean, look at both of us. We are doing podcasts. We're in the studio. We interview. I mean, talk to people. What exactly made you say, I want to pick up ordinary Nigerians and hear their stories and probably, let the world hear what exactly did you have any encounter? Did you have any experience that actually, pushed you to doing this?
So basically, when I wanted to go into content, the options were, because with social media now, you either have to be loud or be quiet. And most people gravitate towards being loud because that's where a lot of people get their attention. So for me, I just wanted something that matches my personality. Okay. I know I'm not a loud person. I can't be on the street shouting and jumping. That's not who I am.
You look like it. Sounds very chilled.
Yeah, so I needed...
Don't stress me.
So I needed something that matches that personality. And I'm very good at listening to people. I don't like talking about myself. Very few people know very few things about me. So if I'm in a conversation, I understand that people like to talk, so I would just listen.
Okay.
So that how it just came about. So it was just easy to meet everyday Nigerians. And rather than ask them the normal question of who will pay for a date, like the normal vox pop kind of question, I'd rather just get to know what their everyday struggles, their everyday experiences.
And how's that shaped your mind as a person?
Oh, sorry, before we get that, I mean, sorry, but I wanted to ask, at what point did you convince Nigerians to truly open up? Because I feel at some point it takes a lot of level of trust for me to share a vulnerable part of me to a total stranger.
Yeah, so I can't say, I guess I was just lucky. Because when I meet people randomly, let's say I put 5 people, there are always some that don't want to talk. That's fine. But when I do get talking to people, it just comes out. A lot of people want to be heard, actually. A lot of people are going through things. A lot of people have experiences. But when you now tell them, this will help the next person, they are willing to, they don't know what to come out of it, but they are willing to share their stories, their experiences. Yeah, a lot of people are going through a lot of things. And if you give them an avenue to speak, they will speak.
So how's that shaped your mind or your perspective about life in general?
So the first thing it did was it made me realize that no matter what I'm going through in life, there are people that are going through worse and they are still showing up. They are still trying to get it. So that level of gratitude for my own life is there. Because when you think you're having a bad day because your phone is messing up, and then you speak to somebody that is telling you they slept under the bridge yesterday and they've not eaten in 2 days, it gives you perspective. And much as my life is imperfect, but you just have that level of gratitude.
I mean, that's one thing I think everyone should actually have up there. You know, the other day when I was complaining about my phone being bad,
Yeah.
da 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 da, and I was like, I was complaining about the old podcast she, and then remember I texted you.
Yeah. She reached out. I mean, she reached out and she was like, she just asked some kind of question. I'm like, okay. I think I was in that mood to just answer certain question because, okay, I was working and in between I was like, I'll keep answering the question. And she kept asking and she was like, okay, what? And while I was, one thing you didn't know while I was answering those questions, I was also telling myself, because I've also been in that position. I was also telling myself, there's something I wanted to do, and I was like, I don't want to do this. And something was like, if you don't want to do this, someone who is a mediocre is going to pick up this thing,
And
do it in a nonchalant way, and you blame yourself for not doing it because you feel you are learned, you have every information and everything that could make you do. So I was like, I was just telling you what I was telling myself, and that's how we got there. So
to think that after that conversation, and then I heard someone spoke about, oh, I've been doing content for so long now, and then I've not even been able to pass 1K views, and then in my mind I'm like, oh, see someone who has passed and passed and passed, and I'm like, you know what, guy, I'm gonna stay jiggy.
Definitely.
Heads on.
Yeah.
I know it's really not easy. Let's even talk about how it feels to be a content creator in Nigeria.
It's not easy.
I mean,
it's not easy because it feels like everyone is a content creator now, which is a good thing. Content has elevated people from poverty. It has changed people's lives. So if you want to go into content, please do. Like, a phone can change your life. Telling your stories can change your life. But because it's a space where there is so many people fighting for the attention of everybody else, you need to realize that what exactly is going to stand out for me that the next person doesn't have. If you're trying to be a copycat of the bigger creators, you're just wasting your time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ashakain is Ashakain.
Thank you.
You can't be the next Asha. He exists. He has dominated the space. Salem Kingen, the guys we look up to. You are allowed to take certain aspects that they have, but incorporate your own self. You get, and that's what I feel like a lot of creators are missing. It's just mostly copy and paste. You see something that is working for somebody and then you just try to do it. You're trying to jump on trend. What exactly makes you special? But again, I'm still learning. I don't have all the answers.
So did you, when you started out your own content, your own style of content, was this a kind of, let me just do this for probably the next few days, few months, let me just test waters? Was it something where like, I'm just testing the waters, or you were like, this is what I want to do and I'm going to do it. This is going to be my own 9 to 5.
Yeah. So it wasn't like I was testing it. So for context, I started off into content as management.
Okay.
I was managing my then partner, who is a very popular influencer, Vagimede.
Okay.
So she's a popular influencer. We started the content in together. So I was the idea person. My goal was I wanted to be behind the scenes. So we started the whole complete the lyrics, blah, blah, content. And then I was giving her ideas. Then, so I was like, oh, let me just dabble into content a little bit. But it was seen as a side hustle.
Okay.
Management was the goal for me. But then the content took off, the relationship ended, and it just felt like, okay, this is already... So unlike other people that will say, everybody's duration is different. Yomilistens picked up fast. My first 5 contents had a lot of views. I've been doing it for 1 year. We hit 1 year in March. And in 1 year, we've amassed over 100,000 followers. And also, it was easy to continue because the first few contents got a lot of good reviews, good reactions, and then we grew from there. So for creators that are doing this thing for 2 years, 3 years, and it's not moving, I genuinely don't know how they keep pushing.
I mean, you should talk to me. I remember when I started podcasting. My first audio, because I was telling you earlier before I started podcasting, I started with audio podcasting.
Yeah.
And then my first 2 audio podcasts, guess how many listeners I had? Just take a wide guess.
10?
3!
Wow.
And those 3, one was my mom.
Okay.
The next was my dad.
Family supporting.
Yeah.
The next was
family supporting.
then my then ex.
Okay.
Then, I mean, 3 listeners for 2 first episodes. And then I gradually worked my way up to, I think, 10 monthly listeners. Because then I used to do it back to back and other, because I like to yap a lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, you know what? 10 listeners, I can do it. Add an extra 10 the next month. I mean, add an extra. So till I finished audio listening, I had roughly, I think, over 500 listeners, because I did audio podcasting for about a year before I moved into
audiovisual.
visuals and all. And then my audio visuals, my first video, I was about 458 views on YouTube then. And I was like, I had somebody else who was doing almost the same thing I was doing, podcasting. And this girl was really hit it. She was really hit. And then I'll just sit down and be like, what am I doing wrongly? I know you will not be able to release right now, because you said your first 2 videos.
Yeah.
5 videos.
The
peak.
5
That's
feet.
why video picked
Big.
up very
But I'm actually talking from the angle of, a creator who had real downtime for like a very long while. And then I'm like, you know what? This person is doing it. And she's doing it well. If you check her videos, by the time she uploads today, 5K views in the space of 1 week. My own is still crawling. I think 458 was like the highest I had while I was working with the person I was working with earlier when I first started video podcasting. The rest were like 120, 158. And when I have 120, 158, guess where I'm sharing my audio, my link to? BC. Yeah, you should know me. Broadcast message then. I swear, like I'm in any group chat. I was literally I don't like to have a lot of people on my WhatsApp list, because I believe WhatsApp is like your private space, unlike the rest of your social media platform. I'll see someone post link, add up to have for people, for business people. Guess what? I'm adding everybody. I'm literally adding everybody, and then I'll not create. I think I still have that on my phone. I'll create lists A, list B, list C, list D, and I'll send that link, and I'll keep praying, Lord, at least this thing, it's 100 today. I will do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that. But then, how life can be. See how God has So
I want to ask a question. What kept you going? Because it's easy for people to give up at that phase of, you've been doing this for 1 year. 1 year is 12 months of hard work. Mm-hmm. And then you're seeing other creators. I don't know how long they've done it, but what kept you going? What made you feel like you're still in the right space? Maybe I should give up. What kept you going?
Okay. So I'd like to start by saying, I think Yomi's... we are...
You've turned the table. The table has been turned. I told you.
All right.
I told you. The table has been turned. Right. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for that question.
How do you feel now?
All right. What kept me going? I think before I got into uni, when I was in secondary school, I had always wanted to study law, because I grew up with my grandpa. May so rest in perfect peace. My grandpa said, like, you know what? Why the lawyer? The lawyer, because he had lawyer friends. And I like. You cannot deal with somebody around me. I don't like nonsense. I hate injustice in my life. I'm always like, you know what? My grandpa said when I grow up, I'm going to be a lawyer. So I must be a lawyer. I've always wanted to be a lawyer. And then I also like to yap too in secondary school. And then I had friends who would say, anybody that studies mass communication in school, you're studying rubbish. And then in my mind, I'm like, but if this law doesn't work, maybe I should just look for something very close to being a lawyer. At least if I'm talking, I can still be able to, fight for people, use my platforms and all that. So I didn't want to write JAM, and I didn't want to school in Nigeria. I never really liked the idea of, I think, writing JAM, because I just finished writing NECO. I finished writing WAEC. I finished writing JC. And then I'm still writing JAM again to get into school. And then I didn't like the idea of strike in Nigeria. Because why am I using 6 years to study a 3 years, a 4 years course in Nigeria? Yeah, in Nigeria. I mean, so I was going to go to Ghana to school.
Ajebo.
Ajeboko. Ajeboni. I was going to go to Ghana to school. And then what really happened? I can't really remember. Okay, yes, money, funds was the issue. My mom, as at that time, didn't really have that much, so, and the school I wanted to go to in Ghana, they said they pay in dollars. Zimbalo, that means my rest of my siblings are back out of school. You understand, Yoruba?
Yeah.
So it's going to take a while for them to go to school. And we went back home, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just write the jump, and then someone called and said, "Oh, have you heard of Benin Republic? They have almost the same curriculum as Ghana. You might want to try." And I attend one of the best schools in Benin Republic. I was like, okay, let me try. And then when I got there, I wanted to study law. And they're like, if you study law, you're not going to be able to work in Nigeria. You are only going to be able to use the certificates in the French zone and all that. And then I don't want to go through that stress. I remember I was like, okay, you know what? You like to talk a lot. Why don't you try mass communication? And I was like, mass comm? She said, yes. I said, okay, let's see how it goes. Then I got into mass communication. Shout out to my wonderful, amazing lecturer who didn't make me give up. Honestly, I stopped going to school for about a semester when I entered school. Because I didn't understand. I was the youngest in my department. I think I was 16 when I got into uni. And then I didn't understand all the gibberish. They were speaking and they were teaching in school. Oh, this, that. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do mass comm. Even if I like the fact that I like to yap, I think let me just do something more easy. Do you understand? And just finish and all that. And Mr. Babs will be like, you can do this. I see how you read your news. I see how you anchor radio shows. Keep doing it. You will get there. Keep doing that. You get there. And I was like, okay. Until I finished uni. Shout out to Mr. Babs. Thank you so much for not giving up on me. And to Mr. Tijani for, putting me on. And like, this girl you're going to go for. And to DJ Summer. I know you might probably not know this, but then the words he said to me one night, like, I believe so much in you. And you don't need anyone to believe in you. You should first believe in yourself. And, I'm like, okay, you know what? I graduated from school. And then NYC came. That's where the podcast started. I started hosting, you know how NYC camp can be? Yeah. I started hosting the morning show. I read the news. I was doing the drive show on camp and everything. And one spirit just came on like, why don't you start audio podcasting? And then I met, I've forgotten his name, who gave me Anchor. Then it was Anchor Spotify. I don't know if you know the app for audio. Yeah. It was Anchor Spotify. I used. So I started using Anchor Spotify to, do podcasting and all. I mean, I started from audio podcasting. I wanted to grow. I wanted to, collaborate with more creators. When you actually don't know somebody in this industry, it can be. And for someone like me that I always want to interview top big peoples. I want to know what's up there in their mind and all that. I think it's recently that I just, changed that perspective right now that you don't need to interview top people. You can actually interview anybody. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I moved from audio, came to Lagos from Calabar, where I met my amazing co-host, Ime Oluwa. And then I started working with eLife Africa. Yeah, thank you so much for giving me your platform to work there. And then I moved, and then, my husband was like, I think you should become independent. Why don't you run this podcast on your own instead of relying on people? And that's how I got here. And that's how I've been doing it.
So it's good. You had a very good support system along the way, which kept you accountable. That's good to hear.
Thank you.
I want to actually return the question to you.
Okay.
Did you have a support system that we know that you had that background of, you're always in the media. Did you have that support system? That's number one. Are there some times that you feel, you're not in the mood of going to probably interview people? Are there sometimes you just feel, you know what? Why am I even pushing? What exactly am I doing this?
Support system, I did to a degree, but I've always been very
Reliant?
Yeah, self-reliant. I know how to push myself.
Okay.
I tend to be people's support system. Not everyone is mine, because if I need to get something done, I'll just do it.
Okay.
Then there are times where, even with this content, as much as I say that, the first 5 content blew, it's not always just been that trajectory. There's been always, like everything in life, there's been times where it's been stagnant, where it felt like this is not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
And then there are times where I hate my own voice. I still struggle with that till now.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I don't like hearing my voice.
Yeah,
Really?
same here.
Yeah, I don't.
Really?
I hate my own voice. I could record a session and I'm into editing myself because I like doing my own editing. And then I hate how I sound. I hate how I look. I'm picking every little thing and I'm like
Like
what?
you're criticizing
Yeah,
yourself.
like, what's this? Like, how did I do this? You get. So, and it's still the struggle I have till now.
Okay.
So the looking at other people and saying, oh, this person is here, I know I've come to what I would consider growth, but there are still times where I'm like, am I sure I'm doing the right thing? Am I sure this is even a field? Like, how far can this go? The self-doubt is still there. I think it's there for everybody.
Like, let's talk about you have a lot of stories on your platform.
Yeah.
Do you have some stories that really do not align with your platform?
With my platform in general, no. The goal of the platform is to talk to anybody.
Okay.
So I've done a girl that is into prostitution. I've done a porn star. I think the porn stars are even the popular ones that most people know me for. So the goal of the platform is to be able to have conversations with everybody, depending, as long as I find you interesting. Because, and it affects the guests, affects the audience, because most people will come for the sad emotional story.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you are seeing me have a guest that is saying, I like sleeping with men. I like doing adult content. And then you're like, this is not why I followed this person. I follow this person for this emotional. Like, I want to be able to have conversations with anybody I find interesting. I'm looking for atheists. I've not gotten one. That's like the next person I want to do. Or a herbalist, a pure babalawo. I want somebody that is deep into spirituality. Yeah.
Talking about looking for atheists, so how do you source out your interview, your guest? How do you get them? Do you I mean, let me just ask, how do you, for example, let's talk about the guy that, the one I first watched.
Odeze,
Yeah.
HIV. Yeah, Odeze.
At what point, how did you source him out and convinced him to talk? Because if you notice, some of your videos, people have to, wear masks and
Yeah.
So at what level did you were able to source such, guest, and it was comfortable in his skin? Because I don't want to say this, but it was comfortable even in his skin, and it was like, you know what? This is like him saying, you know what? I don't care whatever anybody wants to think about me, irrespective of the discrimination and stigmatization that follows being HIV positive. How were you able to, approach him? How were you able to get such a guest?
So when I started first, the goal was go to the street, meet random people. I could approach 10 people and get maybe 2 stories and spend the entire day. And one story might not even make any sense. But now, because the platform has grown, the credibility behind it is there.
Okay.
So if I DM a guest, if I'm looking for somebody, I have like a community. So I try to start within my community. Oh, I need this person. Do you have somebody that is interested in doing this?
Okay.
So when I do, if you want to hide your face, that's fine. But for the guy you met, Odeze Jones, he already has come out as a HIV advocate.
Because I think I've watched him on a particular show before. I got to watch him on Yomi.
So it was easy for him to speak up about it without hiding his identity.
So I was going to ask a question. Your platform, so you help people, and your community to help people.
We try.
Yeah, and kudos to you guys. I'll say shout out. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. I was going to ask a question, and I think I wrote that down. Do you think when giving people financial support, they should also be taught on how to manage money? Because majority of the time on social media, when money are being like giving to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention anybody's name. I don't want to mention
I
people's
mean,
name.
we get to see it
Say
in
what
lots.
you like.
And I don't want to mention. I really no.
No,
in
I
as
know
much
what
as I like, in
Yeah.
as much as I like to say what I want, I don't want to give credit to anybody. I don't want to make anybody. I
Okay.
don't want to put anybody in that drag. Doesn't feel like I'm dragging anybody here. So we see a lot of people after giving a whole like an huge sum of money and all that. I'm like, oh, thank you guys so much for your support. And we expect this person to, use that money for something. And all of a sudden, you see them on the internet again, coming out
Yeah.
to beg for financial support again. So
I mean,
do you think people should be taught on how to money management?
So yeah, it's necessary, but how much can you educate somebody, especially an adult? For instance, you interview me, your community gives me 5 million. How do you want to educate me on how? You can advise, but at the end of the day, if you do too much, it will now look like you don't give me the money, leave them now, make I do it.
Make I do it and won't do it.
So what I do with a lot of people is I advise. This is what I feel is the best use. Start a business. Don't do this. Then I try to follow up. I have one at the moment that a lot of money was contributed for them, and right now the money is basically zero. And
They're back to square one.
yeah, well, not back to square one, 100%. They're still better than when I met them, but the things I thought the money would be used for were not used for it. They're still surviving. They're still okay. But like, at what point do you want to? You can't make an adult do what they don't want to do. You can just advise.
So it's given you could take a horse to the river,
Yeah,
and you
Mhm.
can
Can't sit
force
them
the
how
horse
to
to
drink
drink
water.
water. So I think that has to be a personal stuff.
Yeah.
So if when you had what's it called? If when you had 5,000, you were not prudent, you were not prudent, you were not you didn't know how to manage
Yeah.
5,000. When you have 5 million, you still squander it.
Yeah, and then again, it's a lot of people think they know what to do when big money enters their hand.
Wait until
But you do not know.
you
who
don't
you
know
are until the last
that
10 million is not big money. Like big money enters you, and then if everybody enters once, it's different when you are working and you are seeing
it's
slowly,
constant. Yes.
you are putting in the work.
Yeah.
But you meet Ashaka tomorrow and it gives you 50 million.
Mm.
You don't know who you are, and then you don't know the amount of, especially on social media where the video blows, family members that you have never spoken to,
So,
you will
yeah.
remember that you are the sister's uncle, brother.
I'm actually going to say something in relation to that, because there's a particular, what's it called, reality TV show that one of them happened to be the winner, and she came online and she was shedding tears that when she won the money, she didn't know how to put the money into. She didn't even know how to invest.
Yeah.
She was busy doing family, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
spending for family, answering family, and the truth is, when, just like what I said, if you don't know anything about investment, you don't know anything about saving, you don't know anything about business, and a huge amount of money get into your account. When I mean huge, probably, to me, 1 million is not huge, but
Yeah.
to another person that has been seeing probably 30,000 every
naira,
month,
It's
yeah.
when 1 million enters their account, that's a very huge amount of money. So when such amount of money enters their account, is like, the first thing they're thinking, probably they'll start imagining things that they have been
Years and showing
Yeah.
the money for and all
exactly.
that.
So, and they
but
squander it.
what if there is like a system whereby, I know we have a lot of investments companies that you might probably want to partner with when giving this money to like a particular investment company can actually help them
It's-
invest in the money.
It's hold on. An investment
goes
company will
back to
not
them.
even force you to come on.
Exactly.
Maybe
They won't
And-
force
okay.
you.
So you can advise, but if this person feels like they have a better idea what they would like to use the money for,
But what do
Okay,
you
go
do?
ahead.
What do you do when you have such a guest, like you said, now that probably have squandered the money to zero and they are like, come back? What do you do in cases like that?
Should they come back?
So on camera, no. Off camera, yes. So if you squander the money to zero and you come back, I try to help. There are people that have helped without putting a camera in their faces, because that's not the goal. I didn't want the platform. I didn't want the platform to be, as much as we help people, I didn't want it to be a platform where it's all about just, oh, donate for this person, donate for this person. So if I can also support you or try to get you back to a level that, okay,
Yeah.
oh, let's start a small business with my own personal money, no one knows, just my family and friends. That's fine.
Okay, I know you've had a lot of guests, and one of the guests that I saw on your page was a therapist. And
Yeah.
we found, I mean, and the person went on to talk about how the word therapy is kind of strange to Nigerians, and when you're talking about therapy, it's looking like someone has to be
Problem. Mental
mentally.
Darling.
So I mean, in your own in your view or in your opinion, do you think with all that is happening in Nigeria, I mean, we just finished talking about how someone is living a particular sum of money, you're living for a particular grade of earnings, so other.
status in life.
And do you think that Nigerians really, do you think we need therapy?
Yeah, we do. We, even as we're sitting down here, we do. It's not just about money, it's about anything. You could have a bad breakup and you carry so much baggage from your past relationship because you've not healed. Therapy helps you stop that gap of what you were to what you want.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you need therapy now. You need therapy.
No, did I say you have not
You
healed?
need therapy.
We all do. Like, you could have, for instance, I was bullied as a child.
Okay.
So I faced a lot of verbal bullying because I was a very weird kid growing up. So it still affects me to a degree to this level. I've not gone to therapy.
Why do?
I don't know.
He's a
Because of you,
Nigerian.
I've not
He's a
adjusted to the
Nigerian.
reality that I really need it as much. I feel like I'm coping. I'm dealing with my problems. But I know deep down that there are some times where I have like self-esteem issues. And I know where it
It
came
comes
from.
from.
It came from the constant verbal bullied abuse that I had growing up. Same thing with every one of us. There are parts of ourselves that we don't like, and those can be traced back to something that triggered it.
Yomi, I go for therapy, Sha.
Hold on. You know.
That's good.
Wow. So I think that was last year. I attended I did a course that was for young Africans, and we had African across all parts of, I mean, young
Diaspora, okay.
yeah, all parts of Africa, and it was actually a kind of becoming a better person, a better you as an African. And one of the sessions was always talking about things that remembering your past and healing from them.
Yeah.
We Nigerian students, I want to say, so by the time the facilitator will be like, remember what your uncle said to you that you were not a good, can you try to, all of us in the group will be like, but say your uncle won't tell you where we know. I mean, we have moved past this level. But one way or the other, we realize that some of us still hold grudges against that uncle that said you'll never become something good.
Exactly.
Against that uncle that said, you like this, you this child that, So I think every one of us in this country, we need to.
Yeah, we all do. Like, because we all show some sort of insanity in one degree or another. Where somebody does something very little, and because you're having a bad day, you shout, you raise your voice, any little misunderstanding, you are blowing hot. These are minor things that therapy can help you understand.
My uncle recently called me and said, he's in the US, and he called me on Wednesday, and was like, when was the last time we went for therapy? I will go for, because I used to have a therapist, but I never met her.
Okay.
She was in Philippines.
A virtual.
Yes, a virtual therapist. And she really, really did help me, because growing up, I went through shit.
So I think it's only me that have not been to therapy.
You need therapy. And empty, I think she's offering a 5% discount on our therapy session and all that. I'll ask her.
I'm so Nigerian right now. I need to think about
and
it.
talking about therapy, I help my friends also with therapists. Like if I have a friend going through something, and I feel like they are unable to undo what they have there, I send the therapist away. Shout out to majority of our therapist guests we used to have on this show.
Yeah,
it's very needed.
the one particular person, she has been really, 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 really amazing. Thank you, ma. I love you. God bless you.
It's very needed. Like, I have a very weird view of marriage, and I know where it came from. And I know that until I get help, I probably will not shade that view of marriage.
So you're single right now?
Yes, I'm not married. So yeah,
I'm not married. Are you in a relationship?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right.
Are you in a relationship?
Yes, with myself.
And with God.
Three of us were okay like that. Mr. Williams is you feel like fun. There's nothing you can do, Mr. Williams. There's nothing you can do. No, I saw your reaction when I said I'm in a relationship with myself and God. But it's okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've been enjoying the podcast. I think we've been talking for like over. Why, Mr. Williams? You have to
Mr.
come on
Williams,
the show.
Yeah. So it's been. We just relaxed today, and
That's been a really
I think this has been
relaxing.
therapeutic for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
And we should have Yomi often.
Really wants to.
If you invite me, I'll come.
Okay.
I think I like. This is the first time we're really having like a so
Like let's say sober, not sober kind of in that sober, like a relaxed,
conversation where we're just gisting.
Yes.
I think it's really.
I think it's your aura.
I did. Oh, really? Thank you. I have no idea. I have no idea. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good. I mean, it's been a nice time with you.
Yes, same here.
And thank you for
coming
honoring our invitation, and
You're
thank
welcome.
you for opening up and sharing everything. I think we're going to learn. We are actually going to learn something. We are picking up some things to learn from what you've said, and as per content creating, how we could re-strategize and make sure that we are not just at the same number, and and all this stuff.
And I want to say a very big thank you for the platform.
Yeah.
Your platform. Thank you,
Thank
because
you.
I get to hear a lot of stories and I'm wowed. I mean, I feel like I've been through shit. Well, when you listen to some of the stories from your platform, like really crazy. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
I really enjoyed myself. I don't even know we've been talking for this long.
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah. So it's been a beautiful and wonderful ride with Yomilistens.
Imagine, before we end this podcast, where's my house in New York? I'll be in New York.
Okay, the one I promised you for your wedding anniversary. Don't worry, you'll get it very soon.
When?
Before the close of business today.
All right.
Yeah. So it's been a beautiful and wonderful ride, and till we come your way again next time, do not forget to
Like, subscribe, comment,
okay,
share, and tell a friend to tell a friend about I Say What I Like. You can follow us on all of our social media platforms on I Say What I Like podcast, Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok,
YouTube, anywhere. Follow us on Instagram. And then you can follow me on Instagram at Eniola_on_the_beat. And our wonderful, amazing guests.
Yomilistens.
Yeah.
Okay, and me, you can follow me at ime.oluwa, that ime.oluwa on IG. Yeah.
See you guys.
See you guys, and do have a beautiful day.
Thank you so much.